Virgo, Mercury is home, and that's a really good thing. It infuses you with an energy of stability, groundedness, but you know what, even better? Cleverness and quick thinking and wit, and in some ways, a little bit more daring than you normally would have been, because you just feel a level of confidence that you haven't felt in a while. And for most of this week, it's virtually unaspected until we get on a little bit later into this week. Yeah, it's just virtually unaspected, except for some run-ins with the moon. It doesn't last long. There is kind of a challenging aspect to when the moon conjuncts Saturn right before it goes into Aquarius and becomes full. So that could just be the breaking point that makes you certain of what needs to change and gives you the courage to just go that little extra, to give it just that little extra push over the threshold. Virgo, this is your weekly tarot card reading from Born Without Boundaries Tarot. It is for Virgo sun, moon, and rising sign. Yes, I always create an extended reading for you guys, and that link is below in the description box right at the top, as well as I'm going to pin it to the comments, but it's always in the description box. The comments sometimes takes me a little while to get there. Remember to subscribe to this channel and ring that notification bell so that you know when I upload your favorite content. Virgo content comes out every single Friday at 8 a.m. That's Pacific time. So I hope you don't ever miss a video. You can also join the Unbound membership, and that will give you unlimited access to all of the extended readings. There is always enough. Oh, this is what I gotta say. The level of ideas and courage you have to go after your ideas is a little unlike you normally are, but it's almost like the best of you, the bravest of you coming this week. So there is always enough. This is Piscean energy. This is creative energy. So yeah, this is telling the story of your creativity through the roof. Also emotional. But in this sense, I feel like there is always enough. There's a shit ton of ideas, and there's so much passion behind it. It's more passion than it is emotion. And there's so much certainty in your ability to feel out your connection to your God space. And in other words, to really have faith, to really trust. You have so much faith in this idea that later on this week, when you actually come into some harsh aspects, like late in the week, when you come to some harsh aspects, challenging aspects to Pluto, where you could find it challenging because you have so much enthusiasm and so much absolute certainty about something that you expect everybody else to be able to have that level of enthusiasm too. They might not be there yet. You got to meet people where they are. You can't expect them to be where you are, or let that discourage you. And I don't think the discouragement will be a problem. It's just some headbutting that might be a problem. So there is always enough. Bring your ideas to life and clear out the clutter. So clear out, you're going to have a choice. You're going to have a choice of the new things in your life that are coming in or that you're creating. You're going to have such a level of enthusiasm and certainty and ability to have faith that immediately you're going to go after those things. And I think you're going to be able to zero in really nicely on what you want to get after. Part of that is going to be to clear out the shit, to get rid of what is absolutely unnecessary and is not getting you anywhere, what is doing nothing for you. And that could be old relationships, because this is Cancerian energy. So old relationships, stuff with your family, clearing out family items, family goods, family memorabilia that maybe you've held on to for too long. Basically realizing that you just have to let that go. Or dropping any kind of upset or emotions that are getting in the way of you and your relationships. This could be a new spark of hope or potential for relationships with your family. Bring your ideas to life and clear out any of the crap. Like, I see you getting a lot of paperwork done. Anything that you have to make official, you're going to. Anything that you have to like demo, the demolition, you're going to demo it, demolition, clear it all out and make room for the new stuff to come in. You're really ready and very certain. This is very confident energy. Kisses. Puppy problems. Kisses. I don't know what's going on. Slow and steady wins the race. This is turtle spirit. This is more Cancerian energy. So it would suggest, well, let's first go with the card. This card is all about being certain of yourself. It is about emotional certainty and emotional stability. And I know it's like, okay, Cancers are not emotionally stable. That's not true. Mature Cancerians are extremely emotionally stable. In fact, there's nothing better because they are so used to mood swings, mood changes, and empathizing with everybody else's feelings. They've now become an expert on how to deal with and modulate emotions. So you're talking about, it's almost like somebody who's born with bowed legs or some sort of handicap, and they have to wear braces for a really long, like Forrest Gump almost, you know? They were born with a disability, but that disability made them have to fine tune and work harder and all of those things that other people found so easy. And because of that, they've become exceptional at it. And that's kind of what this energy is like having gone through all the rough spots and even in some ways formed a shell where you need it. This is a sea turtle. So sea turtles don't have like thick shells like tortoises. They don't really weigh them down. They're buoyant in the ocean, but they take their home wherever they go. And that's sort of like the secret to success with this Cancerian energy is like realize that I take my home wherever I go. Like I am my emotional stability. I'm the one that gives myself certainty, serenity, and security. Maybe this is you moving or taking your home somewhere else, and that's why you're cleaning out the clutter. And this has been something that you have wanted to do for a long time, and you're finally able to make that happen. I know that I've been seeing in your cards for at least 6 months now some sort of transfer of property of some sort. So that could definitely be like a particular, at least for some of you. But this is also a sense of really feeling good, feeling like I've gotten rid of all the crap that doesn't matter anymore. I've gotten rid of all the stuff that is weighing me down. And now I'm in a place where I feel really good and really secure to move forward. I feel safe. You don't feel exposed or vulnerable. That's what it's saying. And you're going to move at a pace. That's the turtle energy. You've set the pace. So you're going to move at a pace that you feel comfortable at. And then we have freedom is yours, which is Aquarius energy. That points to the Aquarian full moon that's happening on Thursday. Get rid of anything that is keeping you unfree, keeping you kind of, chained down or, freedom, being able to cut loose from it and break free. Let's get some more, but there's something more to this card. Let your hair down and be a little bit wild and really, I think, speak the truth. And so then this, yes, later on in the week, on Friday, could very well kind of fuck you up a little bit, to be honest with you. But speaking your mind and saying exactly what you think, like having a lot of confidence in it. That doesn't mean it won't get you into trouble. It just means that this is what you're doing. We're definitely moving forward because this is a progressive energy. Maybe for the first time ever, or in a long time, you actually feel good about something. Slow and steady wins the race. Slow and steady wins the race. I feel like in some ways you feel liberated or free for some reason. I don't know. I just got like some sort of feeling or image in my head that there might be a little bit of guilt, especially family guilt, surrounding your your freedom, but I don't know if it's yours or somebody else's because it doesn't feel like it's coming from you. Virgo. Virgo. And then we have tend to the small things. This is Virgo energy, so it's something's in the details. To look at the details. It's also maybe you're down to the details, or you're down to like the nitty gritty and the little things. This could also be health, something about health. It comes down to those little things that maybe that went unnoticed, but those became the biggest things. So maybe a piece of suggestion that the cards are suggesting is look at the details and stay fine-tuned to the details. It's very important this week because I think the devil is in the details this week. Tend to the small things. Pay attention to, hold on. A rebirth is assured. This is in the past, and it was you stuck. Something was stuck. It didn't get a chance. Or somebody was stubborn. They didn't want to do this. In some ways, I feel like you're going to have an I was right moment because I told you to look at this. And maybe now that you're finally finding a solution or an answer in the details that somebody else tried to overlook. A rebirth is assured, but this is in reverse in the past. So something that you never got a chance to do. Something that you never, or were denied, or were too afraid to do. I feel all of a sudden now you have courage. And it could be because something that was causing you to not have courage, something or someone that was causing you to not have courage is now off your fucking back. And they're not there constantly speaking negative or, derogatory or pessimistic words at you or into your head. But what is this card? I need to know what this card is for. What's tend to the small things here for? That's what's kind of giving me agita right now. What is tend to the small things here for? Queen of Swords. This is more Aquarian energy. Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. This is you see the way through. This is Gemini. You see the way through. It's almost like clarity in who your friends are. Certainty in who your friends are. Maybe closing up any... last words or closing up any details. Shh. What's the matter? What happened? So this is what I got for the clarifying cards for tend to the small things, especially when it pertains to your relationship. Seeing, it's almost like in some ways, you're seeing very clearly who you're meant to be with, who you're meant to be around. Whether that comes in passionate romantic relationships, friendships, or partnerships, you're seeing very clearly who you're pulled to. And that's because you are leaving the emotions out of it and focusing, and you have that mental clarity now because Mercury is back. You have that mental clarity to be objective and just think like rationally and logically about what it is that you actually want from somebody and be able to speak very clearly about those things, especially now be able to articulate specific details that have been holding you up or burdening you. Now finally being able to find a way forward from those things. Queen of Swords is often my GPS card, so I almost feel like somehow you are finding a way, like this like you're finding your way to your true love, or the people that you're really connected to, or the people who really get you. This could also be finding your way to a Gemini, like literally finding your way to a Gemini, or Gemini energy through friends helping you out, friends helping you get the information you need, communications coming in from a friend or because of friendship. All of those things are that's what's clarifying tend to the small things. I just feel like, to put it in simple terms, now you know who you love. Now it's clear. And you're not afraid to say it, and you're not afraid to show it. Let me get that moon card out because that's important. Maybe for the first time in a long time, you're free to love the way you want to. A new romantic cycle begins, and it's time to release negative energy. And that's, yeah. Okay, so a new romantic cycle begins. That's Libra. And which is an equal partnership, somebody who is actually equal to you, somebody who, I don't know, you're just really new, and it's new and passionate, and it's almost like you're finally free to be able to do it. And then it's time to release negative energy. Full moon in Scorpio. Full moon in Scorpio is letting go of your fears, letting go of what you've been afraid of, letting go of what has held on to you and clung on, the ghosts, the demons, like being able to finally release that. I think in some ways you're finally able to release what has been making you sick, or a relationship with somebody that has been bogging you down or making you sick. You're finally able to release that. Or you're finally able to release those aspects of your relationship by able to talk about it, by getting help with it, medicating, whatever it is. Not really medicating, but getting help for it, talking about it, maybe even talk therapy. Finally being able to articulate how much you care or how much you're attracted to somebody. But this energy is really about really, really powerful attraction. And knowing for certain what you want, especially where it concerns the people in your life or who you're attracted to, and finally being able to say it and move forward. This is some really good news for some of you guys. Please leave the comments below so I know how this is impacting your life, because I really want to know, because this is definitely what I feel. It's almost like the scenario. And just because I use this as an example, guys, you don't have to feel like this is part of the reading and what I mean. This is an energy reading, so you can apply that energy to any part of your life that it's impacting. But what I mean is almost like you've been stuck in a bad fucking relationship for too long. And you just constantly try to make it work, And now you're done with the dead weight. You're in a place where you're finally able to move forward, move past it. And lo and behold, there's like the perfect person that you've always wanted. There's who you really want to be with. It's kind of like that. It's kind of like Bridges of Madison County, if you've ever seen that movie or read that book, but if she actually went away with the photographer instead of staying with her husband. Spoiler alert. But it's kind of like that. It's kind of like the dead weight is off of me. I've tried for as long as I can, but I'm cutting myself free so that I can actually go and do and be what I really love with who I really love. And that's kind of how I'm seeing this reading. And yes, that could mean for your business relationships as well. 100%. It doesn't have to just be romance, but a new romantic cycle begins, and the lovers. This could also be finally getting something off your chest and finding your way to forgive somebody. But I think if somebody was really controlling, because Scorpionic energy is a very, it doesn't have to be with a Scorpio, but Scorpio energy is a very controlling and very seductive, because it likes to control you by guilting you into things, right? So it's almost like you've been able to finally break that cycle and break almost the need to feel bad about yourself, because you got so used to feeling bad about yourself. But really that was just so somebody could continue to control you. And you're able to sort of expel that now and release it. And oh my God, how much more sense life makes now. It's like your mind is finally clear. Chiron and Athena, you're finally getting some really good advice on how to heal something, how to cure something. You're finally doing things wise, in a wise fashion, making good decisions, making informed decisions based on experience, based on maybe you're even helping somebody else to heal. This is a very powerful woman, powerful energy. But really, it's like being powerful by allowing yourself to recognize your vulnerability. I do believe that Mercury may have, I forget, a quick aspect with Chiron this week. So this is really like taking ownership of your wisdom. Pallas Athena, it's decisiveness. Now maybe there's clarity here or good news that's coming in because somebody finally found a cure for something that you needed. Like I said, the devil is in the details, so tell them to check, and if they've done an MRI, go one microscopic thing down and do it just a little bit more, because this is a sense of more information, deeper information and more detailed information is going to give you the information that you need in order to be able to heal. So it's like, if you think you've gone deep, go one step deeper and you're going to get the information that you need. Yeah, this could definitely save yours or somebody's life. So I think it's a very important reading. And then you'll be liberated from something. You'll be liberated from the burden of it. Maybe somebody didn't want, I don't know what it is, but just follow your instincts, because even if it's intrusive or invasive to somebody else's ego, especially to their ego, fuck their ego. Like, have them run the extra set of tests. Have them go deeper. Have them go one level deeper. Go one level deeper yourself, because it's in those details that you're definitely going to chase down that answer and find yourself kind of be able to heal yourself in a way. You finally know what it's going to take to be able to heal yourself, and you don't feel bad about it. I just keep hearing that. Let's go to the extended. I'll see you guys there. The link is below.